All right, we're here playing a game of team tournament in Halifax. I'm playing against Ed today. Ed, what are you bringing?
I'm bringing Imperial Knights Noble Lance today. So we got Canis as the Warlord. He does Canis things, gets a free command point every turn. We have an Knight Atropos. There's no enhancements in the list. We have 2 units of Sisters and Immolators. We have 3 Armiger Warblades, 2 Armiger Halberds. Everybody's wearing stubber hats today. And we're here to play some good, honest, kill-em-all 40k.
Oh, and a Calidus.
And the Calidus Assassin.
All right, on my side, I'm playing Awakened Dynasty. I got my unit of 6 Wraiths that are being led by Technomancer and Knipple Thralls. I have a unit of Scorpec Destroyers, Reanimator, Command Barge with the Res Orb, a unit of 20 Warriors that have Orkin and the Royal Warden, a Scorpec Lord that has the 4-up Feel No Pain. Then we also have Illuminor Xeris, Imhotep the Stormlord holding my backfield, Reanimator over here, a DDA on this flank, and then I have a DDA in reserves. We are playing Scorched Earth, Mission K, Scorched Earth, Stalwarts, and Search and Destroy. So we'll get back to you after turn 1. We just finished Imperial Knights turn 1. Basically, some of the guys just moved up to do some staging. These guys advanced, dude in the middle walked up, staying off the objective to do Established Locust. Other Armiger just kind of moved behind that building. Everything else just kind of, staged. So we're off to my turn 1. So, just finished my Necrons turn. All I did was move these guys up the stage. Wraiths moved over onto the middle field so that they can recover assets and do air denial. Nothing else really did anything. My Warriors tried to advance onto the zone and they rolled a 1. So then Illuminor tried to advance onto there and he rolled a 1. Flayed Ones moved back. DDA couldn't get across the buildings to shoot at the guy in the middle. Ophidians went up and they came right back down to where they started. And yeah, that was essentially my turn. Scored just, again, small area and small recover assets. So we're off to Imperial Knights turn 2. So we just finished Knights turn 2. Rex walked up. Buddy ran all the way onto this objective. The Immolator moved up. Calidus Assassin dropped in over here. What is this guy again?
The Knight Atropos.
The Knight Atropos moved up to shoot at some Wraiths, killing 2 Wraiths, and I resurrected 7 wounds back into the unit. This little dude ran up into the middle. He killed 1 Wraith from his melted guns, charged in, and only did 3 damage to another Wraith. I piled in and took the zone and did 6 wounds? 4 wounds after the Feel No Pains. He also dropped in these 2 Armigers to come in and shoot the shit out of my DDA and blew it up quite handily. And then the other guy melted and stubbered down 3 of the Flayed Ones. Ed scored 2 points for engaged on fronts and then 2 points for secure no man's land. So we're off to Necrons turn 2. So we just finished Necrons turn 2. Scorpecs are still just hanging out there. Wraiths resurrected another Wraith and healed up. The Warriors moved up, Illuminor moved up and charged in onto the 1 Armiger. DDA came in to replace the other one that blew up. I did all down to 4 wounds remaining on that Armiger. So it didn't kill them all. Those guys battle shocked. My objectives were engage on all fronts and storm hostile. There was nothing to storm. I don't think I could have made it onto this objective to really stake it. He's 8. My highest I have is 6 into that corner. So in combat, I blew up his Armiger in the middle, or his Warglaive dude. And we're off to Imperial turn 3. So we just finished Knights turn 3. Ed moved forward with the big boy, shot at some Wraiths, killed some Wraiths. I ended up using my Res Orb and Reanimation to bring him basically up to full strength again. I had to pile in, so moving my Techno a little bit further in to get Wraiths on there to stop his Storm Hostile. He tried to blow up my Doomsday Arc and brought him down to 2 wounds. He shot the shit out of my flayed ones with the Calidus in the back corner. Illuminor failed to do anything to Buddy. I spent the 1 CP to go +1 strength. I rolled like all 2s and 3s for my wounding. And yeah, that was basically it. And this guy came running around the corner and punched out my my Scorpax. So we are off to Necrons Turn 3. Just finished my turn 3. Warriors moved up. Scorpax Destroyer moved up. The Warrior shot the hell out of the Armiger, didn't kill him, only did 2 wounds. He had 1 wound left, so my DDA decided to just put all the shots in there so that Illuminor Xeris can contain in that corner, and Ophidians can contain in this corner for 6 points. I got Defense Stronghold, which I'm just continuing to do. My race did 2 wounds to the big guy, and then he did 3 wounds in return to my wraiths. And that's essentially my turn 3. Just score some points, have Defense Stronghold, and then just, hold the line. And we're off to Ed's turn 4. Alright, we just finished Knight's turn 4. Canisprax moved over here to contain. These Immortals and Immolator moved up to try and kill the Ophidians. Brought him down to 1 wound, but failed to finish them off and failed to charge. This homeboy ran around my backfield, barely killed my Reanimator.
Barely counts, though.
And then made his 8-inch charge into the command barge, which stole my defend. Over here, Buddy moved up to shoot my Ghost Arc and to do contain. I lost some warriors and some shooting from the Immolator. Also, the Armiger tried to shoot down my Doomsday Arc but failed to wound. In here, Calidus Assassin dropped down so that my reanimation was 2 CP. Basically, I lost 1 Wraith and 1 Wraith's on 1 wound. And yeah, so that's basically the end of Knights. They did 6 points for contain, and Defense Stronghold is eminent to be scored. I don't get my defend, so we're going off into Necrons Turn 4. So we just finished Necrons Turn 4. I picked up my warriors and they teleported across the way. They shot the Immolator down to 4 wounds. I drew Mark for Death and Overwhelming Force. The Immolator was one of the Mark for Deaths. I had to reroll a 9-inch charge, but got it on the reroll. And Orikin popped off to Super Saiyan and blew it up by himself. Didn't kill any of the sisters with either the Ophidian or the Warriors. Here in the middle, couldn't do much. The Calidus kept knocking off my reanimates, so I couldn't bring any wraiths back. The DDA moved back, the command barge fell back, and we shot the dude on my home deployment. And then Illuminor Xeris charged the Armiger down the back, doing 9 wounds. Yeah. And so that dude's super hurt. And the Scorpax Lord came to help onto the home objective, but didn't need to, and so he's just tits in the open, living best life. So I scored Overwhelming Force and Mark for Death, and we're off to Ed's last turn. Ed just finished his turn 5. Canis Rex moved up to start burning this objective. Sisters fell back. Shooting blew the shit out of my warriors. There's 1 warrior left. Because also dude in the middle shot the hell out of them as well. This was just a big pillow fight. I think I did 2 wounds to him, but nothing came back. Melta did 1 wound to Illuminor Xeris, and then in the back, the Armiger did 5 wounds to Illuminor Xeris. Oh, so yeah, Scorpax Lord of back.
Illuminor Xeris, Scorpax Lord.
Illuminor took 5 wounds, and scoring extend battle lines for 5. And Sabotage is ongoing from the Assassin. We're off to Necrons Turn 5. We just finished Necrons Turn 5. I didn't have to move or anything in here. I only resurrected 3 warriors. They shot the hell out of the sisters, which barely got 1 sister alive, which then command barge from downtown shot down and ended up killing that last sister. My Scorpax Lord failed his charge over into the Calidus. So he got sabotage, and my DDA blew up the armature, so that I got bring it down for 2 points, no prisoners for 4. These guys, it was stalwarts, so they, after finished shooting, they burnt this objective, and I scored my 2 objectives. So I chose to score my objective before burning my objective. So it turned out to be a 79-71, a close game. But then, yeah, great game as always to Ed, and I'll see you next time.